right, friends, now it's time to work on Module 5, Lesson 4, Problem Set. You've watched the video. We've practiced subtracting using the arrow away. So our objective is now to show that we can subtract multiples of 100 and some tens within 1,000. Let's take a look at our problem set. We're going to look first at 570 minus 200. It's telling us to solve using the arrow way. So if I start with my number 570, I know I'm using the arrow strategy, and it's asking us to take away, I'm going to circle that sign so we remember we're taking away 200. Remember, we're looking at our hundreds. I started with 5. I'm going to take away 1, 2. I'm left with 300. But I still have my 70. Now, we're going to continue to move to the next problem. We're still with the 570. We took off 200, and it's showing us here 200 also. We're just going to continue to move across, taking off now 70. Remember, we are subtracting, so showing my arrow way, continue, minus 70. Well, I'm looking at 370 minus 70. My 70s are going to subtract each other and be 0. So I'm going to be left with 300. Going to continue on with the problem. We started with 570. We're subtracting still. We did the 200. We did 70. Now look, we need to subtract 90 this time. All that is, if we count on 270, 280, 290, that's just 2 more tens. So we can show our arrow way, continuing with our problem, that we're going to subtract 2 more tens. 2 tens is 20. Now, this is where it might get a little tricky, and if you need to use your place value chart or discs and a piece of scratch paper, you're more than welcome to do it. I'm going to use my place value chart just as another strategy to help us to see how to solve it. We are looking at 300 minus 20. Well, if I have 300s, and I'm going to take off 20, and remember, we have to break the 100 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We gotta borrow from our hundreds. We didn't have any tens. There's no tens in that 300. We could also count backwards if we wanted to, but I'll show you that strategy in a second. Let's finish with our chart. We did 300. We decomposed that 100. We're gonna take off 20. So I'm gonna take off 1 10, 2 tens. Now I've got 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. There's my final answer. Now, remember, I said you could also just count back. Think about from the number 300, counting back by 2 tens. 300, 2 tens, so we'd have 290, 280. Same number. That's how we solve the arrow way. So in your Nearpod, it should look like this when you're done. Don't forget to hit submit.